Trey, how was your first Steelers-Browns foray into that rivalry?
It was cool. Glad to be a part. Glad to hear the hate in the stadium, and glad to get a dub.
Saw you having some words a few times with some guys. Is that your kind of? You seem to be kind of a fiery guy in the field. Is that the case?
I get emotional. I feel my emotions rather than emotional. Play within the constraints of the game or the restraints within the game. But if you don't get fired up out there, I think something might be wrong with you.
Right, when Mike T was talking about what happened with Melvin, he said, look, sometimes it happens, it's no big deal, but that's one of the reasons we focus on growing our own guys. As a guy who came in, from outside, I'm just sort of curious, was there ever a concern in your brain about, man, how am I going to fit in here because this is a team that's just known for having its own dudes?
No, not necessarily. It wasn't something that was at the forefront of my mind. I just know you come in, you play football, you do what you're supposed to do. Nobody don't care how you got here. It means they just know that you're here and glad to have you. I hadn't noticed that.
You felt like you fit in right away, if I recall correct.
Again, it's football. When you're able to go out there and you play ball, I think no matter where you're at, no matter what you do, it's the same rules, So as long as you go out there and you apply yourself and you do whatever it takes to be good at your job, I think they'd be happy to have you wherever you are.
Trey, I think you told us a couple of weeks ago it just takes time. Is that what we're seeing with the offensive line?
It's timing. It's meshing. I mean, we still do that. I mean, I know you guys see it. Sometimes when we have some rough days, that we got to stay out longer and do a little bit more, correct some things. Something that I didn't understand when I first got in the league that older coaches I had would talk about was the timing, how we didn't have as much time. And I never understood that. I was like, we have a lot of time. We're doing a lot of work. But the older you get, you understand to be so detailed and to have everybody on page, 5 different guys thinking one thing at all times, whether it be 55, 60, 70, 75 plays. It's not something that's easy, and it's something that does take time. It is something that takes gelling and continuity, and we still in that process. With the perfect game still out there, we still hadn't played the perfect game. So we still searching for the perfect game, and as long as we searching through those perfect games through December, January, and February, I think we'd be good to go.
Trey, Ben told us that there's no real leader that stands out in the middle of the offensive line. It's been a collective. What's it been like for you working with all these young guys around you? Have they impressed you in a way that maybe other young guys haven't impressed you in the past when you were in the NFL?
They're young guys. I think sometimes you get ahead of yourself, and we say, "Oh, a young guy's playing like he's in his 3rd, 4th year." I mean, younger guys going to make younger guy mistakes. I can't be mad at them for making mistakes, the same mistakes that I did as an offensive lineman. I think it's just something that you grow from, something that you continue to work on, and staying out of the articles, staying out of the magazines and all the papers, not reading what people say about you, whether it be good or bad, keeping your head down and working. I think that's pivotal. I think it's pivotal, and it serves purpose for the team and for the city that we in. I think it all resonates that you go out there and you do your job. I don't think when we go out there and we perform well, it's not something in our room where we clapping and we happy about it. It's something that's expected. It's expected to win blocks. It's expected to win games and expected to be a dominant line. So, in short, to answer that question, I think it's just 5 guys that know the status quo of the room, know the status quo that you have to have when you walk in this building. And it's all 5 of us coming together and doing one job.
People talk about a line getting more comfortable together. Is there a comfort zone with a running back as well? You played with a lot of different backs over your career. They all have their own different styles. Is that something that has to be adjusted to as well?
It is to a certain extent, but a hole is a hole, a gap is a gap, So you have to create holes and create space and opportunities for all ball carriers. Some may hit the hole a little bit faster. Some may not need as big of a crease. But at the end of the day, we know if we create some space, we move some bodies, whichever number is back there, be able to get through it and get a positive play for us.
Straight to Dale's question, there's 7 games that stood out to you on Najee.
Just toughness. He's smart, man. He's a smart player. able to call out himself when he needs to do better, and don't mind coming to you saying, hey, what you thinking about this, or what you see with that. Something that I hadn't really noticed too much amongst young backs that I've been around, to actually to give his input about certain things that he played, not so much in the game plan, but so much of how we have certain runs and how we fit those runs, and maybe what I'm thinking on certain blocks and compared to what he's thinking. So we could go back and, like I said, it's the small details, the nuances of a certain play. It's not just so happen that a play pops by chance. It's a reason that the play did what it did. And I think now, until what is this, week 8, week 9 or so, we getting to the point where now it's not just about getting on assignments. It's about getting on assignments and how are you fitting those assignments. What are you doing after you get contact and stuff. So getting to the small details and nuances of things. And I think that's just phenomenal for him to be a rookie and able to talk about some of those characteristics of the game.
Trai, you worked pretty hand in hand with Henry Green. You guys talked about the mentorship with him. What have you seen from him as he's continued to grow, gain more experience at the center position, and overall just throughout the season?
I spoke on it before. It's finding new problems. So addressing problems, then finding another problem. So and if you keep finding problems, eventually you won't have no problems out there, and he'll be right where he's supposed to be. So he's in the thick of things. I think he's played 10 games if you count preseason, 10, 11 games. So that's his college career, a college season rather. You know what I'm saying? So I just preach to him about getting better, continuously getting better. There's only two ways you could go: either you're getting better or you're getting worse. There's no in between. Nobody stays stagnant. So we just got to come out here, pick one thing to get better at, and work toward that goal. It's not about getting everything done in a day. It's about critiquing and finding small things to chip away at, And eventually, when you chip away at small things, it'll create big things for us.
Trai, you mentioned that post-practice work. I mean, is that Clem telling you guys to do that stuff? Are you guys like, oh man, you're like, we suck at this. Is that you guys doing it? Is it Clem? Is it Mike T? Is it Canada?
We don't suck at anything. It's just about purpose. You come out here and you practice with a purpose. I don't think you have to have a coach or you have to have anybody to tell you what you need to be better at and how you need to fix it. I think it's all on each individual man to come out here and get the job done. I said it when I was here. When I first got here, I wasn't brought in to be taught how to play right guard. I was brought in to play right guard. I preach the same things. We do have coaches that put us in the correct positions and tell us the spots and fits that they suggest that we do and be at, but it's on you to go out there and make it happen. So that's what those extra, 10, 15 minutes on the field is about. It's one thing going over it in the meeting room, but it's a different thing when you put the sneakers on or the cleats on, you're able to get, cleat the grass and actually feel punches, feel steps, feel sets, and actually can describe and show rather than just articulate what to do, showing people how to do things and going over the small, I keep saying it, but the details and nuances of things just to critique it and create a clearer and better understanding. So, it's not only for him, it's for me, because as much as I'm giving, I'm relearning. I like to call it or look at it as recourse. I've been through it already, but when you hear something that you hadn't heard in a while, sometimes it sounds new. So it's just a lot of recourse, going back over things and sharpening knives. You can have a knife for a few years, but if you never sharpen it, does get dull. So you just keep sharpening those knives and just keep getting better and keep striding, and I think we'll be where we want to be.
Do you see yourself as a coach in the future? You talk like a quality coach.
A coach, not necessarily. It's just the older you get, I think you start to understand the game a little bit better and understand what you need to do to progress and to succeed, when you play different opponents. And I think I'm just at that point where things are starting to slow down for me a little bit. So I'm 28 going and I'm in my 8th year. So I think I've seen a lot, so that's all.
Are you finding moving back to 3-4 line? You played 3-4 linebacker in college.
Yeah, a little bit, but mostly we was down. My last year we was down in a 4-3 front, so I haven't played 3-4 since really my Miami days. So,
is it an adjustment for you?
It's been a little bit. I played a little bit of it in Miami, so I was really just remembering going back to that. I'm kind of I'm athletic on 2 feet, so I don't feel too out of comfort. So it hasn't been too bad for me.
It's very hard to tell from all the angles on film. Did you force that fumble on Landry? Only you would know if your hand hits the ball right.
I hit the ball for sure. It was, I don't know who caused it, but like I said, I mean, I'm just happy it happened. I mean, whether me or Joe got it, like either way, like I'm happy it just happened. It was a big turnover at a big time in the game, and it changed the whole chemistry of the rest of the game. So as long as one of us got it, we won the game. So I ain't gonna complain.
How do you view this opportunity?
I like it a lot. I mean, it's a fresh start for me. New defense, new coach, new play. So I like it a lot. I like how everybody's embraced me since I've been here. Just getting more comfortable in the defense each and every week. Coming from a 4-3 defense, just was getting familiar with all the different coverage aspects of everything. But besides that, everything's been real great. I've enjoyed it.
Ironic playing, not ironic. Playing with TJ, I mean, you guys in the same draft. You actually went ahead of him in the draft, and now he's obviously involved in one of the best positions. So what is it like then working with him?
Oh no, it's been fun. I mean, like I said, we like still helping each other out. Whether it's something we see on film or something we see on the field that one or other could do. We still help each other out and pick each other's brain on a lot of good things. He's a great player, so it's always nice to line up next to another talented player and he can play. He does a great job of what he does and it makes a lot of tremendous plays. So it's great to see and it's fun to play with him.
Is it ever hard for you to try to avoid comparing yourself to him? Is that human nature to look at what a guy's doing who went right after you, same position in your class?
No, not really. I mean, we kind of different. We play the same position, but we different at the same time. I mean, I'm a lot bigger. So it's a lot. So we kind of move. Our bodies move a lot different. So not really much comparison. We kind of two different players. Even in the same atmosphere. I mean, I went to a 4-3 defense. He came to a 3-4. So a lot of things was different than in our story, I guess.
Did they talk to you a lot in the draft run-up?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I met with Coach Tom. We went out to dinner, went to a little steak restaurant in Ann Arbor back when I was coming out. So we joked about that when I first came here, about how he took me out to dinner and everything like that. But it's fun. It's been a fun time getting back out here and just playing football again. So I've been enjoying it.
Taco, all these things aside from 3-4 to 4-3, how different is the Steelers' defense from what you did in Miami, Kansas City, Dallas? Is there any familiarity from maybe the defense you played in Michigan? Is it just completely different and a new learning thing?
I mean, at the end of the day, when you let me pass rush, I can pass rush. So, I mean, that's all the same. I mean, the drops and everything like that, the coverage aspect, that's a little different. Like I said, the most similar I probably played in that was in Miami, playing the 3-4 defense there, dropping a lot. But besides that, that's probably the most similar I say. I mean, Dallas and KC, our defenses was a lot different. We were 4-3 head in the dirt every play type of defense. So I'd say that's really the biggest difference, really.
Before you signed here, did they tell you anything about expectations, what they wanted, what could develop here for you?
Of course. I mean, they always said that I could come in if I show what I can do. There's a chance for me to play play some good ball here. So I bet on myself and came here with good intentions of trying to play good and show myself. I try to come in here every day and practice and show what I could do, and hopefully I impress the coaches or impress my teammates and they grow faith in what I can do and help this team win some games.
I know from reading some of your quotes when you were in KC, you thought that was a good fit for you too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you think that after Dallas, Miami, Kansas City, could this be a last chance for you? Does that cross your mind at all at this point?
I mean, I don't really think about it. I just go out there, have fun, and play ball. I mean, I try to make plays and help teams win. Obviously in KC, things was great. I did enjoy it. I mean, I just injuries happen. Actually, it'll be a year this Monday since I broke my ankle. So I broke my ankle last year, November 8th. So it'll be a year away from me. So I mean, that was a big adjustment. Besides that, like I said, it's a new team, new fresh start. I don't really think about what happened in the past. It's all about now, what happens in the future.
Mike Thomas spoke pretty highly of what you did, what you were able to do, against Cleveland. How did you grade yourself when you look back out on tape? Things that you liked about what you were able to do, and things that you're like, hey, I need to step up here, to keep that team.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like I pretty good in what I was given. Of course, like I was so close to a lot of plays, whether it was a sack, I'm a second away, or the forced fumble right there. So, been able to make some impact plays to help this team win is something I want to do, and came here with the mindset of doing. So, anything I can do, whether it's play more, make more plays, play different positions, whatever it is, I just try to do whatever possible to help the team win and try to make some plays.
What's your comfort level of coverage if you're asking these guys?
Oh, I've definitely grown a lot more comfortable now after being here for a lot and, learning the different adjustments and, different, what to do on different routes and everything like that. So I've definitely grown comfortable, and the coach has done a great job of bringing me along and up to speed the last couple of weeks also. So I've been enjoying it, though.
It hasn't gone maybe the way that you imagined the day that you got drafted. I'm sort of curious as you've gone through the process. Is is there a part of you that worries that the label first round pick is going to follow you and people just, that's not your fault that you got to take him in the first round. They thought you were a hell of a player.
Yeah.
Is there a worry about that following you around as you make your way around teams?
Not really. I mean, like I said, I go out here with I don't really think when I go out here that I was a first round pick. Like I said, I just go out here like, I could play good football. I don't really, that was so long ago, 5 years now that I don't really think about it as much. Like I said, I just believe, I could play. I still feel like I play great football, and I got a lot of good football ahead of me. So I just go out there with that mindset of trying to prove that and show, what I can do, and eventually, hopefully, I show some good things where, enough where a team likes it, and hopefully, the Steelers, like it enough to keep me going forward.
What was your reaction to when they traded Melvin on Tuesday? Did you kind of realize, like, hey, my role is about to pick up a little bit here?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I realized that was going to, opening up a huge spot for me, and but also a place where I need to come in and come through for this team. They knocked on my door, and it's something I gotta, be there to deliver every week. So it's definitely a challenge I'm up for, and I'm happy to, to take that challenge. And you said I'm happy for Melvin. He and my, my old, stomach ground. So I'm happy for Mel, go out there. Yeah. So I was happy to see Mel go out there with some of my boys. So I was happy too.
You a Pirates fan, or you just match the colors, man?
It's I'm in Pittsburgh, so I decided to join just join the whole Pittsburgh Pirates and everything like that. So enjoyed it a little bit. So I like the colors too.
But that's not your typical Pirates hat. Where did you get that? What's going on?
Oh, it's like a 101 or 2 or something like that. I mean, it's a unique hat, but like I said, I enjoy it. Got a little different little Pittsburgh things around the city in there. So like I said, I like it. Kind of my little introduction to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of I Love Philly with Pittsburgh hat.
Oh yeah, I know that was a little change. But like I said, I kind of like the little color and a little different. I was a little different. And like I said, I like to dress a little different too. I'm real into fashion, so I love that aspect of it too.
You gotten involved in the Big Ten trash talk in the locker room? There's a lot of that going around.
Oh yeah, of course. Especially last week, it was a big game for us. We ain't come. It ain't end how I wanted it to end last week, but I still got faith in Michigan and what they can do. Go blue seal forever. So hopefully they can finish strong and make something happen.